Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on Upptalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say Upptalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you are new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
Let's now secret ABCD. Secret and all it won't sing. You need to type it. I think ABCD1 to read 4. Here, if you scroll down, there is a secret. Next, can you put the secret? I think ABCD1, 2, 3, 4, something like that we have put it. Scroll down. If you scroll down, no, don't say it. We need to do some extra one setting the scopes. We need to check what are the scopes they are giving it. Can you just expand it and edit it? We just have to show one settings. We need to check the scopes sectionally. PingAccess is expecting for any more. See that? It is expecting for 4 different scopes. Just remember the scopes, address, email, phone and profile for different scopes they want from the ping fed and also enable that. That is the enable. PKC is there. Just ignore uncheck that one because the PKC was enabled. We will uncheck it. That's not required. In the top this profile, I don't want to see profile there. No, it's not there. We need to create. As of now, we didn't. I think we created only email and OpenID. This goes on. All the application is asking for it. The resource server is demanding this scope section. What would be the goal? These are what you expect to receive from PingFed. I don't know, it's not from PingFed. Application in OAuth, they will expect some mandatory values to be passed in the token. For example, it's a scope email. A scope is it's nothing, but it will define the use of the token basically. It will define the use case of the token. For example, sometimes they will ask a scope is equal to read. Scope is equal to read means we can understand the application is going to use the token for the read access. If the scope is equal to email means we can understand they are going to get only the email address from the token. They don't care about the other attributes. Suppose they are using scope is equal to open. ID means they are going to use the token. They are using the token to validate by using the OIDC endpoint. Suppose if the scope is equal to maybe application name, something like that, that means they are specifically using that scope to like filtering out the token to define the use. Maybe they will be using it for specific purpose. That's why they are just understanding it in the authorization request itself. Even they are also asking, hey, PingFed, can you do this? Check also. Just make sure I'm sending this scope or not in the request. If I'm sending it, please accept it. If I'm not sending it, don't accept it like that. Getting my point? Application may develop their own application to verify the token if the scope is there or not. Maybe they will do some scrutiny based on that particular scope. That's why they will put some scope in the request, API call itself. And then they're asking the ping fed rate also to check if the scope is coming up. Means please accept it or don't accept it. In the starting itself, before authentication itself, getting my point. Just to filter out some mandatory component, we can say here they are asking for 4 different scopes. The application, the PKC method is the one step above. We can uncheck that one. That's not required. Why is it not required? It's not required. We don't need testing the ping access authentication flow. We don't need that. If you remember, we did the PKC method. The proof key for a code exchange, that is the one. If required, definitely requirements, we can enable or else we will leave it, save it, that's all. But in most organizations, we don't use PKC. As of now, it's not only for specific application. Authorization code means first you will get the code, next you will get the token. The second called the token, we are using that client secret. You can see it in the screen, the secret which are using it. There are one specific application like a single page application using the JavaScript. What happens? That is a problem of code injection. Code injection means you can illegally get the code from the ping in the first call. You don't need to be an application. You can just present yourself as an application. If you call the ping fed and you can illegally get the code, injecting the code. Once you get the code, suppose the application using JavaScript, they're exposing the secret in the browser. They cannot store the secret. They cannot handle the secret as a secret itself. Some application, not every application, like one or two application out of 100 application means one or two application. They don't have the capability to store the secret or to handle the secret. Exactly. Suppose you are illegally getting the code and the application is exposing the secret also means what will happen? You will get the secret plus you got the code also. Then you can request the ping fed rate to have. If I'm having the code and also I'm having a secret, can you generate a token? It means being fed will generate a token in the second call because they're verifying based on the secret. Only now you also got. If you are the hacker sometimes you are illegally getting the code also. Then you got the secret also means what will happen? You can easily call the ping fed to get the token easily. It's a potential risk only. Suppose if that secret is being exposed, in order to work on that. The problem here, you are using the direct static secret for everyone. You are using the same secret. The PCC method we can use dynamically. That's a difference. That is what the problem dynamically means. No one cannot hack your secret and all that is not a stick code verifier. We are calling it as code verifier. It's every time it will get changed. Automatically, it will get changed for each are unique. And you can also ask me how being fed it will understand this is unique. That is why in the first call rate they'll add one coded challenge. Go, challenge me to say encrypted version of the code verified. That is in the second call. In the first call being fed, it will check code challenges coming in the encrypted format. They will accept it and they will keep it as they will decrypt and then keep it as it is. Then they will verify with the code verifier and they will generate the token, client secret. It won't be there for them. That is a PCC method coming into the picture to overcome that code injection in the normal authorization code action. That is why we are not going to use it for all the application. I'm saying under application, maybe 2 to 3 application, we can use the PCC method as of now. I'm saying because it's a new one like, for example, one of your 2 years ago. Only they have released this one. The PCC method proof key for a code exchange. PCC is done to prevent the problem. Code injection. In a normal authorization code grant, for that application who cannot store the secret in a proper way, they cannot handle the secret in a proper way. They can use this PCC method. You know the implicit grant which we did. Yes, it's a replacement of the implicit grant, the PCC method. Because they are going to remove that one in PingAccess. You cannot see that implicit action. Only the authorization code grant will work, definitely in future. 2.1. What 2.2 is the latest protocol. 2.1 is going to come in 2.1. They are going to remove this implicit grant type totally from the Ping Federate. They already removed in other products like Okete, Azure SSO, and they remove that implicit grant type. Now we here in Ping Federate and Ping 1 in these two products, and all we are using still the implicit. No, if any application is asking, we are not giving it in the real time, but infer it. It is the ping access. They have removed that implicit. Previously they had it, but now they don't have it. Now save it as of now. We created a web session now. Now we need to have the attributes. We are passing the attributes in the token. From the token, you need to pass the attributes to the application also. What are the attributes you are sending in the token? Maybe can you go to the Ping Federate? Let's see what are the attributes coming. We are sending in the token. We need to see in the token mapping side. Click on the token mappings in the hand side. I think we already have that. We are using, I think, JBooty Token Manager. Yes, the first one, I think. Second one, I think we are using JBooty with the policy contract. That one. Here we can see what are the attributes we are passing. See that if you scroll down first name, last name, mobile number in the left hand side, that is, the attributes is fine, but the variable in the left hand side. In the token, the variable, only it will come, the fulfillment. First name, last name, mobile number, total 5 attributes we are sending. The same thing. You need to put it in the resource server also, in the PingAccess also. You need to put the same thing. That from PingAccess you can pass the attributes to the application. The resource server, the server who is hosting the resources. The same set of attributes we need to pass. Let's say, for example, the application needs more resources than just these 5. We can add it here itself. No worries on that. We have to add it here in Ping Federate. Exactly. The Ping Federate is the authentication sources. PingAccess. You are going to accept it. You cannot generate it. You cannot make a call to the LTAB directory directly. No, we cannot do that. That feature is not there. And PingAccess is not in a real time. We are not going to use it for much purposes and all. It's just for PingAccess. You need a Ping Federate to authenticate. Because in other product like Okta or like Azure and all, Microsoft and all, we don't have this kind of a PingAccess as a tool or as a product. Still now, you know the Oracle Access Manager. I have never worked on it. In Oracle Access in SiteMinder, do you know that Policy Manager or something like that? And Policy Manager means what you are doing there. Suppose if the application is not going to work with SAML, or what you are going to do that Policy Manager. And that is the replacement for that. There is a replacement for that approach. Only the PingAccess with Ping Federate. Now here in this concept in the left hand side, we need a mapping site in the identity mapping set. Is there? Yes. Whatever the attributes you are passing, we need to put it to the application. How we are going to send it? The application will confirm you. There are 3 ways we can send it, either in a cookie or obviously in a header. Header is the most famous one. Obviously in a site manager. Also, you are going to send the attributes in the header format only. Everyone is sending the attributes in the header format. Let's put you can put any name you want, maybe pf_app_. I Identity mapping. Choose the type as we can send it in the request header. That's everyone. That's a universal one. Sorry, what's the obsession access token? Obsession access token means it's a client access token directly. We are passing it the direct token. It will pass it to the application. They can decrypt it and then see that. JSON token means you can send it as a JWT token. The application can use a certificate to verify and then see it basically instead of ping access, whatever. Request data means ping access will process it and then send it in the header format. But if you're using it in the JWT or web session access token, whatever the output the ping access is getting from the PF, it will directly pass it. You're getting my point. A ping access won't process. If you are going to authorize in the ping access, you need to use the header only because that is the one we will process and then we will send it. That's the most famous one. Also, it's the only option. We are using it every day. But which one? The request header in the header only. We are using in the SiteMinder or Oracle Access Manager. Also, we are using this concept action. Even we don't need this big ping access at all. Basically, if you remember, in a ping fed rate itself, we did the reference. We did the open token and all we did. That itself it's enough. You don't need the ping access also. But ping access means you can do some authorization filtering out. Those are all will be interesting. We will complete this one. After that, we will see that different authorization mechanism. Those are all like interesting topic to discuss. Hmm? Just you are passing the token to the ping. Sorry, a ping, not ping the application. You cannot use the authorization and other stuff there. Why we are using header means we are going to use that process that we are going to authorize the users and all. It's a more obviously widely used one. The famous, like all the application, will prefer that. Process the token filter, get the attributes. And if you want to authorize based on that attributes, if you're coming up, means we can also use the authorization and stuff. Because we will see that we are going to use that authorization. For example, let's say the attributes we are passing based on this attributes only, we are going to do the authorization also. We'll see that option one by one. Choose the header request. No, wait, you need to choose it. And what attributes? Header name. We don't need that. We can add a row. We need to add one by one it. What is the attribute? I think first name was the first name or something like that we have now. It's not a subject. Only one attribute should be subject. Now let's do it. Will UID we can choose in the drop down. Choose that UID. It will show basically. I think UID only can you go and check that. What is the name in the ping fed? We need to get the exact name and paste it here. See that I think UID good. Header, and this is getting all this information from the attribute names. Are they coming from being fed, only being fed? Yes, because the connection is already there. That's why it's coming up. No, I had that name. We can put, oh, this is application only. What is the exact name they want? We can put that the header name. No, this is coming from a held up, that one you can write inside. You can ignore it. Now add another one, add a row. I think 5 attributes. We are sending all attributes. We need to use it. I think we are using first name or something. First space name, something like that. It's coming up, yep. You can put some value, first name, header or first name. Any value you want. You can put just an application. What application they are using from their site to accept it. We need to get the same thing and put it here. Suppose they are expecting different name and you are sending different header, means it won't work, it won't match. Maybe you can put first name header or user first name. Like that you can put. Now again, add a row last name. You can do the last name. It's coming up again. One more is mail address. I think only mail. And then, yes, user underscore mail or something. This is a regular one. We will also use it. User underscore first name, user underscore last name. Like some application will ask like that. Mobile number, I think. Save it, that's all basically. Now we have configured every steps. Now what we are going to. It looks like what we're doing is we're getting this information from the yield app. Pass it to this one. And this is the token. This is here, and this we're changing it to be able to pass to this one. And header name prefix. I get it. This will probably be very useful when we're going from site finder to, because they're in segment. Everything is pretty fixed with SM. First name will be SM underscore first name. How do I say the segment? We can go to the agent and set up the. It's the same thing. If you want to prefix with all that, that means first name user underscore. ID something like that, it will come. That's a prefix. What is the certificate to header mapping? If you want to add certificate also, basically like .cr format, we can also add it basically. Maybe if the application of this one, it will be helpful when you are sending in details they want to verify. They want to trust it from their side also, means we will also send a certificate. In this one, that attributes will be much more secured basically. And this will enter the, I don't know, it's not encrypting, it's like a signing verification sign. Like if you remember the signing the response, or signing the session, or signing the payload, like that. This one. Now what we have can go to the Notepad++ plus the steps. Whatever the steps we have mentioned, everything is created. Just we can able to confirm it. Can I think we start the second reverse proxy with authentication. I think tool, that is the one. Here in this one, Kenny in the top. If you scroll to the top, we have created an application. Oh, not that one. Where is it? Scroll to the top. Components in the line number 19. Components of PingAccess for this one site is already there. If you remember, we already have that IA server side configured. The virtual host is also there. We already configured for the load balancer, or like what you can say, it's a user-facing URL. We already configured it. Certificate is also there. Good. Web session. Now we have created with the client ID secret coming from the ping federator. Then the next one, identity mapping for the what do you call attributes. That is also done. The next one, the application with connecting all the things about. That is the last and final step. I think we already have that application. We can use the existing one if they want. Can you go to the applications? That's the last and final step. I thought we had an application. No, that is what, but we need to. Whatever, we have created the web session on ID mapping. We need to add those things, then only the authentication will enable, or else it won't enable. This one, which we already created, we can use this one also. Edit. You can change the name as with RP with auth. You can put RP underscore or reverse proxy with authentication now. Why don't we just do the new one? No, we already use the virtual host. We cannot use virtual host in a different application. Once you used in one application, you cannot use the same thing in other application. The user-facing URL, that one. It's a unique one. And we can also use the local host if you want with the create another one means. That's fine, that's fine. Here, virtual host is already there good. Now web session. It is there in the bottom. Let's choose the web session. Again, web identity mapping the next line. That's all basically. Save and go to resources. If you remember, we added 2 to 3 resources. No, I think we need to go to the resource first. No, here itself. Expand. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.